Which is 100% a simplification, but something I don't dislike. And it's the damage. The damage in Guilty Gear Strive is...
The damage is so high, no one knows what damage is doing. It's crazy.
And here's the crazy thing. I like the damage. I actually think the damage is a pretty decent way of letting newer players feel like their attacks are doing stuff.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Yo, did I not say that? What's going on, Kizzies? We are back. I was reacting to Max's thoughts on the casual appeals of Guilty Gear Strive. It's pretty interesting. I feel like there was a lot of important points that was made and discussed. So I'm really glad that these conversations happen and things like that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and make sure you leave a like as well. All right, let's jump into the video. All right, guys, I'm actually curious about this video. I think this video is actually pretty important to talk about, actually.
And how I think what Guilty Gear is doing to appeal towards casual players is pretty heavy, you know? Games like trying to get people into it aggressively in so many ways.
I actually agree with that. I do believe that, like, certain fighting games, like, I'm really happy that they are appealing to the casual audience, but I feel like they, like, grab your hand and, like, drag you into, like, the room. And they're just like,
we are extremely open for newcomers,
right? Like I'm talking about like they just grab your hand, bro. You just like, where are we going? And we're just like,
we're striving.
You know, I really already agree with this already. I do feel this way, but I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way. I thought I was crazy.
Super interesting tweet earlier today that a lot of people had some choice words for, and some people agreed, and it's kind of all over the place because one of the biggest issues Guilty Gear Strive has sort of tackled since its beginning, inception, since like the very start we heard about this game and people played it, was that the game is simplified and people were aggressive and not happy about that. It's the casuals' fault and all that stuff, so that everyone knows
it's the casuals' fault. I don't know why that was funny. It's the casuals' fault, bro. This is why Strive is dead. It's you casuals' fault. You filthy casuals, bro.
This all was procced by the very obvious element that recently got revealed from Arc System Works, that the game's doing well. In the first week, the game has shipped 300,000 units. That's huge. That's actually...
Wait, what?
The game has shipped 300,000 units. That's huge. That's actually friggin' huge.
Wait. 300,000 units? 300K sales first week? That's godlike. Holy shit. That's ridiculous.
In my personal opinion, and we've actually seen the effect of this, it's accomplished this in many different ways. But here's the funny thing. This is where my long-running argument that simplifying the mechanics of a game just for the sake of simplification isn't the thing that brings casuals in. It's not the individual thing. There's a lot more stuff that went into this game getting the audience it's getting right now.
Let me tell you what I feel like what made Strive not only successful for what it is without like simplifying the mechanics, but if you look at the character art, bro, you can't tell me like all of the new character designs are like mad Western. Like you see my man Kai with like jeans and shit. Like come on, bro. Like you can't tell me like the way like the characters are just designed, that made the game more appealing. The way the camera moves, like the graphics, rollback, playable netcode. It's not because like they simplify the mechanics. Like it's because like literally like the platform of the game, like the foundation of the game is good. The tower system is good. You know, visuals is really great. There's a lot of things I feel like you could just talk about that made the sales 300K. It's not because the game is easy. You know, I always told people that a casual audience that they're trying to appeal, they don't want the game to be easy for them. They just want to understand the game. And I still hold on to that logic. They just want to understand the game. Do you think Exeter was hard to understand? Yeah. I definitely think Exeter was hard to understand because of like YRC, like 25 meter and things like that. Like all of these like unique mechanics, I thought that was like hard. But I think when they added like all of the RC system and like 50 meter, the way they did our RC system is like a masterpiece. But yeah, let's go talk about this though.
Now, than just that aspect. However, from the developers themselves, and here's where we have to bring up some articles and stuff. Even from the developers themselves, they approach the gameplay of Guilty Gear Strive specifically with a casual mindset. I'm
just like, so You remember how a lot of people would be like, yo, and this is honestly, this is why I'd be like, yo, everybody be like, hey, like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And I'm just like, yo, I think, like, it's great, but, and then people would be like, yo, would you want to change anything? And I'm just like, I mean, even if I wanted some change, I don't think they're listening to me right now. They clearly made it very, very obvious that even if I say something, it doesn't matter. I'm glad that they're bringing like a huge audience. Like I think it's good. I want to say, let me go ahead and say this, guys. This is not me complaining. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Somebody asked me what would I change, and I'm explaining why that I want to change. I just want you guys to know that, because I know a lot of people have been hearing like a lot of negative things, and like when somebody is talking about changing their strive, people literally think that I don't like the game. So I'm just letting you guys know I like the game.
There's so many other things that went into Guilty Gear Strive to make it appeal towards casuals than this design philosophy. And you feel this design philosophy through all the mechanics. How a lot of the mechanics are tuned down. A lot of the mechanics are, if not removed from previous games. A lot of characters just get less stuff they can do. If we just take away things characters can do, everyone's on an even playing field, and we all know that's not true. Like, we all painfully know.
Yeah, that is a false idea. Honestly, like every time they do this, I feel like this only appeals to a minority group, and that's not even a casual audience. These are for people who are plateauing, trying to get good. I feel like that's what that is, right? That don't even appeal to the newcomers. That just appeal to people who are plateaued. So are they calling the people who are plateaued casuals? Like, I feel like the word casual is such a it has so many definitions when it comes to that.
There's one thing that I really wanted to mention, which is a comment that Dan Fernacci, which is a dude that previously worked on Killer Instinct over at Microsoft, went on to make a little game you might have heard of called Rivals of Aether, mentioning that after 8 years of working on fighting games, he's accepted the fact that no matter how easy you make your game, professionals will always demolish new players. He learned that you don't need to ask how to make things easier for new players. Instead, focus on making the most basic actions feel good, and each new thing they learn feel even cool.
Bro, somebody give Dan a award, bro. Dan the GOAT. Have I been saying this the long time? Have I been saying this? You don't need to make the game easy. You just need to make it easy to understand. People want to understand what they're doing. Dan the man. That's what we're going to call him now. Dan the man.
Here's my gimmick, and here's what I want to boil this down to. I found like 5 things that I think have dramatically affected Guilty Gear Strive, because I really like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. One of the most important things for fighting games is visuals. How good does it look? This game looks damn good, right? Arguably one of the best looking fighting games ever. It's bombastic visuals. It goes over the top with effects. It just looks ridiculously impressive when you see it. 2 is 100% the netcode. The netcode has set up for situations that allow more people to play each other more consistently than almost any other big launch fighting game in a hell of a long time. You think that the amount of people that are in there based on streams and stuff like that the majority of people are playing this game at floor 8, 9 in heaven.
Nope.
But in fact, you're probably
I heard like 4. I heard 4, 3, 5
playing this game. There is a shit ton of people
up,
playing this
it's
below
up there,
6.
I heard.
And below 6 is really where casual players are playing it at.
That's
a huge thing
godlike,
for
though.
the game, right?
That's godlike. That's mad hype.
Online matching and netcode is
That's actually mad hype, though.
What's another big part?
I think that's smart.
Here's a big one. Number 4 thing that has made Guilty Gear appeal to a wider audience. This is outside of gameplay. And not enough people talk about this. The influence of Dragon Ball FighterZ on Guilty Gear is substantial, to the point where I'm kind of blown away that people don't just realize I'm here because of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball FighterZ put Arc System Works on the map.
I agree with that.
Was one of the biggest pinnacles.
I agree with that. I agree. We can't say anything about that. You know how people were shitting on Dragon Ball? Notice I never shit on Dragon Ball on that, bro. I was like, dog. If anything, bro, shout out to the DBZ fans, bro. When somebody tell me they came from Dragon Ball, I always thank them. I'll be like this. I'm like, yes, a Goku main, a IRL Goku player, bro. Thank you. No, they definitely carry your arcs right now. So I'm really shout outs to people playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's really godlike, bro.
Let's talk about gameplay mechanics, because number 5 is gameplay. Simplified, but expanded. And I think the RC system in Guilty Gear Strive is brilliant.
Yes.
It is the perfect definition of that. dude.
Yes.
The RC system is so ingeniously streamlined of taking all the different elements that were present in the RC system going all the way back to
And
old
add in
video
here.
games. That
Add
is
in here.
brilliant. And that also sort of complements another part of the game, which is 100% a simplification, but something I don't dislike. And it's the damage. The damage in Guilty Gear Strive is...
Bro. Bro. What have I been saying, bro? What have I been saying, dog? I literally was just saying, bro, the damage is crazy. The damage is so high, no one knows what risk gauge do anymore. I don't even know what risk gauge does do at this point. The only reason why I know is because I played the other game.
And here's the crazy thing. I like the damage. I actually think the damage is a pretty decent way of letting newer players feel like their attacks are doing stuff.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Yo, did I not say that? Did I not say that, bro? They literally, this is why they did that. And I said, and that's okay. I said that's fine. I was like, that's okay, but just reduce the damage a little bit.
However, and now we're going to get into the things that I don't think specifically complement a new player base. The damage is a two-sided coin, or what's the best way? A double-edged sword. In a situation where, oh man, my little combos do so much damage, that comes with a caveat. Everyone right now is only so good at the game, yet you're not seeing where this is eventually going to go.
Exactly.
He's dead. So, give the game a little bit of time, and then suddenly you jump online. As a new Guilty Gear player, I waited a week. I guess everyone likes this game. I'm going to jump online and see how it goes. And you get hit with something like this. You think that's motivating? You think
Exactly.
I'm going to take a huge leap and say it's not the mechanics that is keeping you in Guilty Gear Strive in this first week the game is out. It's the matchmaking. Anytime someone's like, this game plays so much better, it's usually coming from an online experience where they might be in like a lower rank and they're having a great time because they're not going up against somebody that is doing like 75% damage combos or some shit. My hot take is that you have people to play with. You're engaging in fighting games in the most addictive, most appealing aspect that fighting games are, which is fighting friends and fighting people of similar skill level.
Bro, that was fact. That was facts, bro. The fact that you could just play with your friends. You don't understand how many times where somebody was like, yo, the fact I get to play with my homie that is like overseas is like the best experience ever. I hear that all the time, bro. I hope this video really taught us a lot. I appreciate you guys. I hope, honestly, real talk, I hope even though we had a lot of discussions about today, I am glad that the game did a lot of good things, you know. It's just like my perspective and things like that, but it doesn't mean like you guys are wrong. Like it's the casual's fault, so to say. The casual's fault. Like, you know what I mean? It's not you guys' fault. But yeah, I'm really glad about, you know, being able to talk to you guys about this and making sure you guys don't feel like I'm attacking you guys. We should have reflected on the devs, yeah. Instead of blaming the beast, yo, let's blame the devs.